I'm gonna spray some of my volumizing treatment. It's a very light volumizer. As I was talking before, it's very important to touch your client head shape at the beginning when you are starting any kind of blow drying or anything. As you can see, Tallinn has beautiful occipital bone, a very nice large head shape, but in the front, as you can see, it gets smaller. So our goal is always create volume at this area. To creating volume, we always use either our volumizing mousses or our nutritions that create volume at the root area. And I'm going to go directly to the blow drying. When you go against the fabric, you create a nice volume underneath. Whenever you pull, you create more softness, less volume. Wherever you go under, you create nice volume for the hair. And as I was talking, the brush choice also is very important for your hair. So at this point, for the hairline, I always use my smaller brushes. It's very important to do your parting beginning of your board so you can have nice parting until the end of the hair. If the hair is a fine hair or medium hair, always blow dry to almost 90%, then start blow drying with the brush. But if your hair is a 100% curly hair, if you are using blow dryer and brush, you have to do almost 50% in a damp hair. Otherwise, you're going to have lots of frizz on the hair. So for Toni, once I do a little bit of smooth root blow drying, the reason I use a smaller brush because I want to get closer to my root so I can shape the hair the way that I want. Any area that has curlies, only thing that will take away your curlies is your small brushes. Never work with large brush. It's important to use a small to take away all of the waves in the hair. Once it's done, as I was always tell, I hold the cold air in there. I want to teach you how quick and fast you can get results. That's my goal about this video. So once the root area is already nice and volumized and in the place, now I'm gonna go and use my curler, smooth the end of the hair down. Because I'm looking to have nice volume in the hair, I'm gonna go through my curler and take section by section of the hair and just go over the hair. But if you have very curly hair or you see any kind of frizziness, you always take finer section and you go very slowly. Which versus if you have very fine hair, only place that you touch with your curler is gonna be only and only the end of the hair. Because heat is the enemy for the volume. Whenever you want to create volume, you have to be away from the heat. So the ends is the area that needs smoothness, and take the frizz out is the parts that I'm going to use my iron. I use my curler because at the same time when I'm going, I can shape the hair. If Toni didn't have, like she had a larger bone in here, obviously what I would do, or she had 100% curly hair, I get very closer to the root area and I go finer with the section. Which versus because she's an idle fabric, she has a medium hair at the same time, and she has ombre in the ends of the hair, so create a little bit texture. The color already created a little texture for me for the hair. So when I blow dry, after blow drying, I use my curler. You can see how faster it makes your work much easier and faster. Just the ends of the hair. You can see once I'm done with this area, I'm going to use my Velcro curlers. The rollers are the best thing in our industry. I recommend everybody to have rollers because it can create an instant volume. At the same time, I always recommend my clients in the morning before you do your makeup, put your rollers on your top of the hair and do your makeup until you're done. All of the hair is already freshened up from the previous day of the style. So after this, Sherlinda will help me. She gave me some rollers. What we're going to do, we're going to separate the hair again in the center. And I'm going to start to put rollers. The rollers that you are putting, the whole purpose is the volume. So what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to come back. Again, I'm going to look at the tip of my hair. And if I need to touch with my iron one more time, very slowly, to take all the small frizz up. Then I'm going to use my rollers. Larger the rollers, higher the volume. So, for example, if I go with the blue, I'm going to get higher. If I go even larger than the larger blue, I'm going to get even more higher. Red is the highest and there are even largest on that. Then once the Velcros are in there, sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. So I use my small bobby pins in there, the large bobby pins, and I put in there to hold. This is your fundamental preparation for any kind of hairstyle. You can see that this, during all of my videos, I'm gonna keep using the same way to blow drying for every kind of video. It's gonna make our life much easier and much faster to get your work done easier. And same time, client, because it's not putting so much of, wasting so much of time, she always become more happier at the end. So I'm gonna use also the largest in there. When you are doing on the sides, you can always come back, use more smallers. The pink ones are great ones for the side, because side bones, most of the time you don't need to have very big curl in there. We have also very fine rollers. I call them my mini rollers. If you can see that, I'm gonna get to that finest rollers in a minute. Let me finish this area. When you are doing any kind of blow drying, it depends what kind of shaping you are looking for. If I'm looking to go higher, I go like this way. If I'm trying to create a style towards that I'm gonna do later, you're gonna see that I create everything towards back. So it creates volume for me. Location of your rollers are very important also for your look. I'm going to use pink one again in the front. When I'm rolling, you always get to the root area, then close your rollers. And always, if I'm looking to create volume, I go off the base. Means when your roll is finishing, you have nice volume in there. If I pull it down the roller, I'm going to have hair with no volume again. So what I'm going to do on this side also, come back and I take the hair. If I'm feeling any kind of dryness or freeze in there, heat is your best tools. So I'm going to go just a little bit slowly with the heat. So whenever at the end I want to take off my rollers, the look is ready and prepared for me. At this point also, I'm going to do again with that rollers towards back. Again, one more pink in here. Remember what I'm doing? I'm going middle of the rollers and wrap them around it. That way you can have more smoother and nicer look at the end. I come to the side again, one more rollers. And that's the way I finish my rolling point. Now I want to teach you also one small point. Your finest roller, sometimes you will find them in the pink or yellow. They are finest also. So this small hair in here that always bothers you, you can have also that small roll in there. That way by the end of your blow drying or by the end of styling, or if you want to put hair up, you're not gonna have, can I have another small one? I can put that one also in there. Thank you, honey. That flyaway hair. Now once the hair is done, as you see, I only focus on the top area. Now you are free. If you want to do waves, curls, or straight or anything, now it's just the back of the hair. I'm going to have my assistant Charlena help me to hold it for me. Charlena, come over. Or you can have easily pin them up, start from the bottom of the hair. Let me turn you towards. You can see that I'm going to start to do very slowly and go straight. If you use faster stroke, only thing will happen if the hair has frizz, you're going to create lots of more frizz in there. So once it's done, I'm going to go back again. Especially the ends of the hair is the part that you want to have nice smooth hair. I can go back and do straight hair. At this point, if I'm having a hair that is very, very curly and it needs more moisture, oil is the best nutrition that you can put in the hair. I'm talking about all of this nurturing oil. In our product choice, we have Elixir. Elixir is a very nice smoothing, or they have Moroccan oil in there, or any kind of products with any companies. I'm not at all with the company name. For me, it's the ingredients that I look for. The better the ingredients, it makes your work much faster and nicer. Then after that, I go to the next. Continue to do the work until you will be done. This technique, most of the time, if you have medium kind of fabric or straight hair with the fine fabric, it doesn't take you more than 10 minutes to finish. That's the maximum time that you put on the work. That's why if you want to do it faster, I always, instead of start from the back of the hair, then go to the top of the hair and losing your volume. The reason I put my curlers first, because now until I go back, my curlers already take time and created my volume that I was looking for the hair. If I'm looking to create more bouncy curves or just a little bit volume at the ends of the hair, you can always tweak a little bit of your iron and have like a movement in there. But at this video, I want you to have nice, smooth hair, but at the same time, you have this beautiful, slick look with volume at the hair. So once I go to the end of the hair, I comb it one more time. One of my favorite brushes for the combing is my paddle brushes, but they are board brushes, so it will smooth your hair down. Once the hair is done, then I turn back again. One trick that I use all the time, I will ask Toni to hold. You can use your hairspray. Hairspray one more time, always underneath is also good choice. Finer the fabric, you put the just light hairspray. Then I go with my blow dryer, I hold it on my pre-sprayed hair for a second with the hot and with the cool that I was touching. Now once it's done, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take my rollers out. Once I'm taking the rollers out, do not touch the root area. If you touch the root area, you're already going to take the volume out. So I'm going to take the rollers out. I'm going to touch again with only my brush, comb the ends of the hair. If I'm still looking for more straightness, at this same time, I can run my flat iron one more time on the hair. So take the other one out. And my small out. Thank you. And I have beautiful, nice, luscious, sexy, gorgeous hair in just some minutes. Now if I want to have more softness and more smoothness to the hair, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back again and take just a little bit my time, one more time, run my iron through every single strands in the surface of the hair. It looks natural and it looks sexy. That's what we are looking these days. There is nothing wrong to look sexy. I love every female to look sexy. You can be innocent sexy, you can be glamorous sexy, you can be sultry sexy. But the sexy word is nothing bad with that. I love the female to look gorgeous, beautiful, and feeling sexy all the time. This is the hair that I was doing. Now I want to do also just a little bit of teasing, teaching you how to tease. You remember I talked to you about Tallinn has a smaller bone in here. So if I want to enhance just a little bit of the look, I take with my European brush and you go root teasing. When you are doing teasing, it's very important to do the root. Stay on the root and give maximum about 10, minimum about 5 strokes. Once it's done, then bring it back, open it. Sometimes if the hair is perfect, you don't need to put hairspray, don't put hairspray. To look more natural, if you look at editorial work in the magazine, they always use less products because the less of the product sometimes it's giving you more nice and shiny hair. And I'm going to go back in here, do the other side of teasing. And Talija, would you hold for a moment? I'm going to go back and use my hairspray. When you are using hairspray, go with the dust and touch your brush very softly and close to the hair. That way you have all of those fine fly away hair popping through. I'm going to turn towel one more time so you can see all of the hair in here. I look for a nice shimmer in the hair. So if you look at it, there is again flyaway hair. You just put a little bit hairspray and very softly comb it through. If you want to do the hair, sometimes you can see in editorial work when we do for magazines or for any shows, like if that was my choice, I always put more oil at the end of the hair because it can stay. I just need the hair to be with me for just 1 hour. Which versus if we are doing at home blow drying and we want the hair to have it at least for 2-3 days without washing them, I always recommend not to use too much of oil because gravity in 2-3 hours, it will take away all of those flyaway hair and you will look, her hair will look beautiful. Thank you so much again. Thank you.
Thank you.